What is going on, Ranger fans and hockey fans? Welcome to another edition of 407 Rangers. It is your host, Raymond Tapia. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe, and a comment. Turn on your notifications when I'm about to go live, upload highlights, things like that. And also, you can press the hype points if you really like the video, share it, things like that. So, we'll go ahead and talk about this game. This was actually a good win for the Rangers, a much needed one as well. I mean, yes, I know Saturday I was in a much more like not better mood because of how the deadline went and things like that. But as y'all know, the Trocheck deal, they were pretty much saying like, oh, Drury was asking for too much because he wanted a first round and a second rounder, and not a prospect, like an actual body. And of course, go figure, like guys were like, oh, that's too much to ask for Vincent Trocheck, but it is what it is. But anywho, the yeah, tonight all the younger players are still showing out, which hopefully that is a sign that Mike Sullivan might consider having more of the Wolfpack guys show up and get more starting. Get Perreault and Lafrenière and Mika in the first line still, because honestly, if JT Miller comes back, I would not recommend putting him back on the first line. Nope, he's better off being a second or third line center because it's not going to be the same if he comes back. And there's no telling if he's ever going to come back. He's on the injury reserve list, as y'all know. But yeah, the Wolfpack players, they keep showing out more and more. And if this isn't a sign for Sullivan to start giving the younger guys way more opportunities, I don't know what the hell will. I truly don't. Now, this might be the only thing that will save the shit out of Chris Drury is if he somehow the players that he's developed and drafted currently are still playing like this. That'll be his only savior. Then he can get some redemption points and people might forgive him. But we still have to see how everybody else are going to. We don't even know who's still going to be around in the offseason. So we obviously know they're going to try to work on trying to move Vincent Trocek in the summer. More than likely, that's going to be the case. No telling if Braden Schneider's still going to be here well, because that was the other thing that pissed me off is the fact that Braden Schneider wasn't like able to get traded, but it is what it is. I mean, I'm not mad about today. It was a way better game they were playing today, but at the same time, I get it. Like they had Jonathan Quick behind the net on Saturday, so that's another reason why the Devils were able to beat the Rangers. But I'm sure if Igor was behind that net, it would have been a different story. But however, Igor stood on his head, only allowed 2 goals tonight. Meanwhile, the Flyers' goaltending tandem was just not the best. They allowed 6 goals, and the Flyers weren't looking at their best today. They were looking really mid, like really, really mid. They pretty much drew like at least 3 to 4 penalties. The Rangers had actually gotten 3 power play goals out of that. And throughout the whole game, the Flyers just, it seemed like they didn't have nothing going their way. No puck possessions. They weren't like playing too good in the neutral zone. Rangers were forcing tons of turnovers, and they just weren't making it easy for the team at all. So I got to give credit for that, because at least all the younger guys, including and Mika and Lafreniere, actually showed up today. Vincent Trocek as well. He had pretty much been doing his part despite all the like ruckus going on with the trade rumors and things of that nature. Vinny Trocek still somehow stood on his head and managed to still keep playing good hockey no matter what. So luckily, I'll give credit to Trocek. He did not let the noise stop him from playing good hockey for the Rangers still. So as y'all know, Ty Cartier, man, this guy right here, he's doing really good. He's already got 9 points. As I told y'all, he's already gonna have more points than what he did with the Kraken soon. So this is why I told y'all he's gonna. This was a pretty good pickup from Chris Drury. I will give him that, because he's definitely. It seems like he's going to be a really good fit for the Rangers tonight. He has scored a goal and an assist. Noah Laba did as well, and Alexis Lafrenière. Like I gotta give him credit, because surprisingly, ever since Artemi Panarin was traded to the Los Angeles Kings, it seems like Lafreniere is starting to figure out his role. where he needs to be in his spots, and he's actually scoring more points. I mean, he's already at 37, so he's close to 40. So as I told y'all before, guys, he could get 45, 50 points this season, and now he's real close to reaching that 40 mark. So we still got like I think 18, 19 games left in the season, so he can. There's a huge possibility he can reach 50. If he's gonna keep producing like this, yeah, he can definitely reach 50 points. So that'll at least be a little more of an improvement for Alexis Lafrenière. So it'll give you hope for next season that now that Lafrenière is gonna have to, be more relied on from the first line minutes and things like that, and there's no Panarin. Yeah, so I would definitely see like Lafreniere playing way better. If this is what he's gonna be doing, yeah, I would have way more hope next season because as y'all see, like you can't tell me otherwise. If you're telling me like Lafreniere hasn't been good these past couple of games, you either hate life or you just want to be a miserable Ranger fan. Because at this point, you got to be grateful and thankful that these young guys that Chris Drury is somehow getting and developing and drafting, they're starting to show out and they're freaking, picking up the slack that the Rangers been having for like throughout the whole season. So this is actually, like I said, giving me hope for next season because this team definitely is going to need some young legs for next season if this is going to be a whole retool, which we all know it's going to be a rebuild. But yeah, we'll see what the direction goes in the offseason. We don't know if Chris Drury is going to want like younger guys or still a lot more prospects. And as I said before, we don't know what kind of big names he's going to get. So we're going to have to wait and see. But we'll talk about the game, give y'all the team stats and stuff. So as y'all know, Rangers somehow weren't playing the most physical game today. They were pretty much getting out hit 32 to 17. Shots were pretty much close to even though they were outshot by 7. And as y'all know, Rangers had 4 power play opportunities, but they scored 3 goals out of it. The Flyers had 3, but they only scored 1 power play. And for the block shots, Rangers had 8, Flyers had 11. Penalty minutes, the Rangers had 6, the Flyers had 8. Takeaways, Rangers had 4, Flyers had 3. Giveaways, the Rangers had 12 and the Flyers had 10. So, as y'all know, the New York Rangers did start off the game pretty much hot. They were the first ones to score in the first period and things of that nature. But the penalties they kept drawing were kind of silly too. Even though one of them was like a delayed game, they threw the puck over the glass. But thankfully, like I said, they somehow did not look bad all night. They were actually like on their heads and freaking outplaying the Flyers in every direction. Like out forechecking, winning the puck battles, actually controlling the neutral zone, gaining more puck possession, not making it any easy for the defense to force turnovers or let alone like create new possessions. So I will give the New York Rangers credit for that. As I said, they did outplay the Flyers tonight. So as y'all know, Noah Laba did start off the first period at 104. He did score the goal. Matthew Robertson and Cartier had the assist on that play. And then right after that, at 13:07, Mika Zibanejad did score a goal as well. And Lafreniere and Gavrikov had the assist on that play. Right after on the power play opportunity, Alexis Lafreniere scored a goal himself. Vinny Trocheck and Mika Zibanejad had the assist on that play. And honestly, like I guess the Lafreniere, Zibanejad, and Trocheck lineup in their power play doesn't seem too bad. I mean, it's somehow is gonna keep working, and I guess run with that. But as I said, we're gonna talk a little more about JT Miller. Matvei Michkov once again just scoring on the Rangers like always. He scores a power play goal for the Flyers, and the Flyers are only down 2 goals from there. But in the second period, Gabe Perreault hits a power play goal, and Vinny Trocheck and Adam Fox had the assist on that play. And then Mika Zibanejad had another goal on the power play opportunity. So Gabe Perreault and Vinny Trocheck had the assist on that play as well. And then Ty Cartier in the second period scores another goal, and Gavrikov and Laba had the assist on that play. And then Sean Courtier in the third period, He scores another goal for the Flyers. Gorebkin and Glennending had the assist on that play. But from there, like the Rangers didn't even have to score anymore. They just pretty much had to shut them down from the third period, and they just basically won the game from there. I mean, like I said, Igor Shesterkin definitely had um, a pretty good save percentage. I'm trying to see because I'm on the NHL app, and I don't know why they kind of look weird with their stats and stuff. Where is the box score? So yeah, Igor Shesterkin, he had a 941, 32 saves, 2 goals allowed. Not too bad of a save percentage for his goaltending tonight. And of course, you guys know Erson had 3 saves, no goals allowed, and Vladar with a horrible 750, 18 saves, 6 goals allowed per like just yikes, yikes as fuck. So as y'all know, the Rangers do play another game tomorrow. I believe is against the Calgary Flames at home. There's no telling if they're going to be able to win this game because right now the Flames, ever since they moved on from a couple of their guys, out of fucking nowhere, they're looking like a randomly better team. Even though they lost to the Capitals by 4 goals tonight, like a couple of games prior, they were actually winning games and things like that. So it seems like to me like the Flames are somehow gonna be going towards a better direction, as I said. And the funny part is Nazir Kadri wasn't even the problem. All the other and everybody else that they moved on from, they just the way they structured everything, it just didn't work out. So they're gonna have to do another rebuild, and it seems like the rebuild process is gonna be working out a lot more faster than they expect. So it's going to be interesting how the New York Rangers play this game because I'm surprised they won the last home game against the Leafs. I'm not going to lie to you. I really was. So we'll see how they do on this game. There's no telling how they're going to be able to perform because you guys know, like, they have the weirdest luck when it comes to playing at home. I believe now they're at 8 wins at home, if I'm not mistaken. So surprisingly, this team somehow is a lot closer to 10 home 10 home game wins. Somehow, some way, they're going to reach that mark that I said is possible with them winning 10 games. So interesting to know that they're actually going to be capable of pulling off 10 home victories, maybe a little more. But yeah, this schedule for them is pretty interesting for this March because I thought they were going to be playing a lot of games, but it seems like they're just going to be playing not too many games this month, and then they're gonna probably have like a good couple of games off and things like that. Then they do play the Jets on the road on Thursday, and then they play the Wild on Saturday. So it seems like this month they're gonna be like on the road at home. Monday, March 16th will probably be the game you guys want to watch for because that's when the Kings are in town, and you'll see Artemi Panarin in the Kings uniform that game. So that one's going to be an interesting game to watch because I'm pretty sure, with no surprise, Artemi Panarin is going to score a goal against the Rangers. And then they got the Devils on Wednesday, which you better hope Igor Shesterkin's behind the net that game because if not, the freaking Jack Hughes is going to just score another hat trick on the Rangers. Then they play it's that next game prior, so yeah, this month is gonna be like a weird one for the Rangers because, like I said, the way it's looking for this schedule, it's like they're gonna be at home, and then a lot of the times they're gonna be like on the road. But it seems like from the end of this month, that's when you start seeing them get a lot more home games because they get like I believe 3. Yeah, they get like 3 or 4 home games within that week in a row. So we'll see how all that turns out because I think April is going to be the month where you want to be like very anxious to see how it all turns out because we don't know how they're going to play for the rest of the month. They're definitely not going to the playoffs, but the way I feel about it, honestly, I kind of don't want them to finish mid because it's better they're better off finishing in the bottom seed. That way they can at least end up getting a top pick because if not, we're going to end up getting stuck with another like top 10 or top 15 draft pick, and that's the last thing we need, man. If we're gonna be bad for the rest of the season, at least work your way to being a top 5 pick team. Like that's all I want. I want the lottery to work out for this team and they end up being in the top 5. So as far as the rest of the games, if these younger guys are gonna keep playing, showing out, then yeah, I will much rather have this than the older guys trying to take over the team and the young guys are pretty much behind the wheel. Like, no, at this point, take off the training wheels, let the young guys like learn the system and all that because this was at least way more watchable than like the past games they've been giving us all season long. So that's the only thing I will give Chris Drury credit for. Like, if his younger guys are gonna keep playing like this and they're gonna keep being hungry and they're gonna try to escape the hell pit of Hartford, then by all means keep bringing these young guys in. And Mike Sullivan, hopefully he doesn't like hold them back and try to bring all the older vets like trying to fucking let them have more opportunities because for all we know like a lot of the vets are gonna probably be moved on at some point in time. So you might as well give these young guys more of a shot and let them keep going. So the next prospect I want to see coming up soon, probably by next season, is Adam Sikora. Hopefully he's going to be a good fit for the team. EJ Emery, there's no telling when he's going to finally be on this like roster, but I think he's going to go to Hartford next season as well. So be on the lookout for him. No telling when Malcolm Spence is going to finally be available too. He'll probably be in the Hartford Wolfpack by next season or the season after. But as always, y'all, I appreciate y'all for watching. I'm going to upload the highlights very shortly. I'll keep you guys updated for tomorrow's game. Hopefully, these younger guys keep getting more opportunities and they play at the Garden tomorrow and they get another win, and I won't be as mad. Then Drury might just be forgiven if these are the younger prospects and players and guys from Hartford that we're going to keep getting called up and producing because it makes no sense. It seems like to me like the potential is there for the developmental system. They just got to keep getting it consistently good. So as always, y'all, thank y'all for watching. I'll keep y'all up to date for the next game.